Okay, guys, just warm up with me a little bit. I'm just finishing off the last part of my warm up here. Sort of been on 5 or 6 minutes, getting a good sweat up, and I'm ready now to jump into some rating bursts. So if you want, pause, come back here in 4 or 5 minutes once you've got a good sort of U2 rhythm, good in the zone. You know, you're feeling warm, and we're just going to pump out some 30-second bursts. So we're going to go into the first one. We'll go to 28. Now just look for the rating. Don't think about the power. Hands moving. Feel a swing. Tap it along. Just like that. Okay? Well, a couple more of those building up to this rating. So hopefully you listened. You've done a good 4 or 5 minutes beforehand, even longer, depending on how long it takes you to warm up. But this is a little bit of fun, actually. Yeah, okay, it's hard, but I want to make sure we're enjoying some of the things we do on this. And it's only going to get hard towards the end, okay? Once we're building up a lot of fatigue and just that lactic acid and sort of stuff. But in 10 seconds, we're going to go up a couple of points. So I'll explain some rating stuff in a minute, but 30 if you can get there. Now. So move the hands. Feel the chain taking us forward. Good. So I'm going to jump to the conclusion before coming back to the process. This is what we never ever do, but second to last set, 2K race pace, okay? And if you don't know what your 2K rating is, easiest way for me to explain it is if someone said to you to do, we'll use a round number, a 5-minute test, okay? Where do you think you could sit, rating along, tapping it along for that period of time? And that's roughly probably what you would want to be consistent through most of that, okay? Is what you do for, if someone said 5-minute test. Then we work back from that. So as I say, mine's always 36, 34, 32, going backwards. And then, we'll actually take a little bit more time. And basically, that's going to be race pace there. And then we're going to do 3 of our 30 seconds over race pace, which is going to be 2, 3, 4 splits. Something that you'd hold if you were winding it to the finish. Okay, but the whole idea of this is to get easy rate and easy speed. Okay, so in 5 seconds, I'm going to do 30 seconds around 32. Now, look for the freedom, the hang. Moving the hands, push, lower that. Okay, so just like that, we're probably almost ready to jump into it. I tend to not do too much above and beyond, if that makes sense. So even though we're working up to open rate, I'll work around those first couple of numbers, okay? Because that's where you're going to be starting. That's where you're going to get the puff on. That's what you're working on, and we're working through each stage. Okay, so what I mentioned before around easy rate and easy speed. So it's 12 30 seconds on with 30 seconds off. It's not long, 16 strokes, in that sort of region, 15, 16, 17, 18, and, maybe 20 towards the finish. Not that many strokes. We're going to roll into it. We want to hit the line at speed because we want to get a really good comparison between all our pieces, okay? When we look back in the memory, we don't want to see it click over to 0. Oh, I better go. 3, 2, and then it's starting to, give it a push on 1. And okay, it depends on the timing of your rating and stuff like that, but even just free it up a little bit with the rate, 5 seconds out, and then go, okay? That's the idea. So we get good numbers, we get good consistency. Still deciding, and we'll probably set it up as an intervals variable so we can roll through the first one. Yeah, undecided. Maybe we'll screw it up if we do too much. No, we might just do intervals time, and it just means that the very first one is off the standstill, and it won't give us a great comparison, but we can live with that. We can live with that because ultimately, yeah, like the fun stuff on these machines is doing sprint pieces. It's quick, it's short, it's awesome. You listen to the flywheel. This is the best full body workout, okay, by far, out of any machine you can see on the market. And we want to make sure we're having fun at the same time as doing the training because, yes, you need to do the training in order to make the fun better than what you think you can do, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what we're doing today. We're having a bit of fun. We want to make it as easy as possible. Oxymoron, I know, because it's tough. These workouts are bloody tough. And so really, we've just got to make sure that we're looking at the rating. How quickly can we move our hands? How does it feel? How does the speed feel? Am I holding it? And am I being consistent? And those are the types of things that we want to be working on as we go through it. Okay, so ideally, we're not trying to just max out the power and grunt it. Okay, we can do that later. There's more workouts that require that sort of thing. But this is trying to just hit nice speeds at each one. So anyone that has done a 2K, or even if you compete the World Rowing 1,000 meter, you'll know what your sort of race pace is. Okay, and that's the split that we want to hold there. The watts, the joules, whatever your calories, whatever you're working on, that's that number there. Okay, that's more than it because we're going to have a bit of upbeat at the finish. And then we just work back from that, so round number again, just going to use it because if that's your 130 number, or if it's your 140, whatever, then that should be 2 or 3 behind it, maybe 2 or 3 behind that again. So 130, maybe 132s, 134s, whatever it might be, okay? So that's sort of what we're looking at. And so that's all we want to sit on. We just want to sit on that speed, tap it along, keep it easy, keep it free, and ultimately just get a mental picture of, I could hold that. And if I had to do it for another minute, I could do that pretty easy. If I could do it for another 2, probably, and I'd be working pretty hard. As a one-off, I could probably do that for quite a while, okay? So, and then the 30 seconds, it's not a lot of time. And that's why we've got to offset the having been controlled, but also trying to hit some good numbers, but just not overpowering it. So it's how easy can we do this? How easy can I move my hands? How easy can I get the legs to push the body back? And ultimately, by the time you've hit 30 seconds, you shouldn't have produced much lactate at all. It comes back down, okay? So that's the idea of it. Yeah, we'll be starting to work towards the later end of it, but that's fine, okay? Now with the crikey, why did I do that? With the 2 sets, not 12 sets, with the 2 sets of these 12 by 30 30s, we'll do the first one and then we'll just roll it out for 3 or 4 minutes, have a bit of a breather, and then we'll just set the machine again to re-row, okay? So There's no need in something like this to be like too specific with like 4 minutes. We're going to be bang on the money. We'll just play it by ear as we go along. Okay, so did I talk too long? Possibly. Am I going to do a little bit more of a push? Hopefully you've been either working on it or still rowing while I've been listening. Or else if not, I'm just going to do a quick burst. Yeah, that's good. Back into action. Okay, rightio. Here we go. So we'll go select workout, new workout, intervals time, take that down to 30 seconds. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Okay, so the first one, yeah, it's going to take a little bit to get it up to speed, and we won't worry about it too much, I guess. We won't worry about it too much because we'll get a good comparison for the second two, and then obviously into the 34, 36, and then the opens, okay? Now with the opens, it's really just more of a rate thing, trying to find more speed with the rate. Not so much just smashing it out. As I say, I've got some fun stuff for you for later for that sort of thing. And that'll really test your ability. But this here, as I say, easy rate, easy speed. Keep working on what we've been doing because we just want to find an easy flow. We want to find an easy flow for the rate that we're getting. Tap it along, tap it along, tap it along. You know, all that things that I talk about trying to be relaxed and making it go as easy as possible. That's what we're doing today, but we're having a bit of fun because it's only 30 seconds and then we've got a bit of time off. Right, so let's just get into it, eh? So the first one's going to be, so we've got 3 at 32, 3 at 34, 3 at 36, 3 open, okay? Hopefully we won't lose track. Hopefully the machine counts for us, so we'll be fine, right? So the first one, and remember, whatever your rate, so if your race pace is only sort of 32, this one's probably going to be 28 to 30, okay? So you guys do whatever your race pace is, that's our third set, work back from that, couple of points every one, okay? Right, here we go. So easy speed, get it straight onto the rhythm and then just tap it along, okay? See, we can just get that acceleration, the work, rest. Okay, here we go. First set, are you ready? Go. Easy speed. Nice. Well, that was easy. So just keep that same thing again. Look for a little bit more speed, but doing it easy. So with about 7 or 8 seconds to go, even 10 seconds to go, we'll start freeing it up like this. We want to be pushing the pressure as we see that one. There we go. Move the hands. Nice. Yeah, good. Good work, guys. Looking for that good rhythm. Easy speed. Just think about the hands. Tap it along. Nice rhythm. All right, one more at 32. Here we go. Good. Straight on to the rhythm. Relaxation. Good. So, nice, easy, good tap. Now we can move it up into now we can move it up to 34 or up a couple of points from what your target rate is. Here we go. A little bit more acceleration. Go. Hold the rhythm. Sitting tall. Good. The other part of this too is because the rate comes up, we want to check our length, make sure we're not going too short. So we get to work on these types of things while we're doing a workout like this. Right, firming again, starting to get a puff on, hitting that one. Push. Swing. Good. Nice. Really good flow. We're starting to get a puff on now. Not recovering as much. Breathing. Last one at 34. Here we go. Go. Smooth. Sitting up. Good. So now we're on to our race pace. Okay. Tap it along. Looking for freedom, ease of movement, to get our speed. Okay. Firming. Moving. Now. Hands in. Rebound. Good. So I called rebound there. Just same as that momentum, that in and out. It's coming in so fast that it's like a rebound away. Firming. Looking for easy speed. Building. Now. Tall. Good. One more at this, at your race pace. It should feel like you could just tap it along quite comfortably for 3 or 4. When I say comfortably, I mean within yourself. Here we go. Go. Rhythm. Breathe. Tall. Good. So these last 3, give it a little bit more. Only acceleration, not a huge amount more power. Think if you were building it with 200 meters to go, you're coming up, ready to do it. Here we go. Go. Tall. Push. Good. Same again. That controlled speed of movement. You'll be working pretty hard now. Breathe into it. No tension. Here we go. Tap. Tall. Good. So last one. Keep it controlled. Here we go. Booming. Move. Now. Push. Rhythm. Nice. Really good. So we'll just hit the menu button. Save that into the memory banks. And we can just paddle it out for a little bit. Going to have a look back on my big data. Have a look at the consistency. It's hard to be really, really consistent in these because, 1 meter of difference here is like 0.5. So a lot of times it's literally when you're taking the stroke and when you start the piece and when the clock ticks over at the finish. Okay, so let's have a good look at the meters covered or whatever you've done, and just hopefully we don't see like huge spikes, huge differences. My split times are within sort of 1 second. 0.6. 1 second, basically. So that's a really good indication. So what we'll do is we'll just keep rowing it out a little bit. Because, the last 6 of those we're starting to get up there, so basically 3 minutes of that was above average, race pace and above. Even though it's short, we still do get a little bit of accumulation of lactate in the anaerobic zone. But the whole idea is to make the movements feel easy. Okay? That's the only way, I must stress, it's the only way to compete anything longer than 1,000 meters, even longer than 500 meters. Is the amount of relaxation, the amount of rhythm that you can produce, you can put forward to the machine, okay? And I always say it's that work-rest ratio of working, switching off. The more we do that, the more effort we can put into the work, and the more we don't lose from being tense and tightening here, like, shoulders. Got to be waiting to get to the catch. It's like, no, just tap it along. The flywheel's moving pretty bloody quick, and we're just tapping the top of it. So I'm not sure what analogies people have all around the world, but the coaches used to always just talk about the bicycle wheel. You put a bike on its seat and on the handlebars, and you just give it a spin. You're not grabbing it every time to spin it. What are you doing? You're just tapping across the top of it, and it's just continuing on. Same thing with this flywheel, is we're not trying to stop the flywheel and then create it all again. It's already spinning really fast. That's why that secret, that round the front is key to picking up that moving flywheel. If we don't quite get it, we lose a little bit before it catches the speed, because it's moving pretty quick, so we've got to catch the speed of the gear, okay? And it just keeps going up and up and up and up as we go through everything, okay? Critical. Keep focusing on that. And as I say, it's that movement speed around the finish. I talked a couple of things, that rebound, that speed in, speed out. That's another thing, that if we start pulling it, we're going to get jammed here because we're using the arms too much. We use that acceleration, that's going to come through, because if we've got that accelerated push, the hand is just going to come, because the chain's moving so fast that we're just going to draw it with us and around, okay? And it's that rebound like that, okay, that in and away, that rebound movement there, as I talk about, 1 speed in, 1 speed out, whatever that is there, that's there, okay? So let's do it, okay? Now, if you've had enough, if that was one, if you're new to this, that's fine. It's a great little workout. Do 5 or 10 minutes off the end of this, just to sort of push back, keep the lungs going a little bit. Don't just pedal, actually put a little bit of pressure in on it. You know, maybe, yeah, even just like 5 to 10 minutes, awesome. And if we're coming on this again, let's do it. Let's do it. It'll probably get harder earlier on this one. Luxury of this, we should just be able to go select workout, we should just be able to go re-row. So go into select workout, re-row, top of your list there. Hopefully it's got the date if it's correct, otherwise, next minute. And press that re-row button down the bottom and it's all set, ready to rock and roll. Now, if you do feel like you've been sitting for a little bit long, that's fine. Give it a bit of a row, push us on pause, have a bit of a row, keep going. Otherwise, this is where the secret lies. We're tired, we're sweaty, we've just done a good set, and now we've got to do another set equally or better, okay? Equally or better if we can. That's the aim. How do we do that? Easy speed, easy rate. Right, I am ready to rock and roll. Right, so straight off the mark, to say that first one, yes, it's going to be a little bit hairy because we're going from zero to hero, but let's get into the rhythm really quickly and we'll be away laughing. Right, here we go. So sit ready. 30 by 30s, here we go. First one, 4 points below your race pace. Now, that's what I should have said as well. Sorry, I'll get to it quickly. If you found the ratings too hard, go back a bit, okay? If you found them too easy, go up a bit, okay? If you found your race pace to be too easy, that's fine, go up. And if you found it too hard, come down a bit and then just work back from there, okay? So here we go. First piece, 30 seconds. Are you ready? Rope. So much time. Man. Easy. Crikey, that felt so easy. Felt like I was holding it back. Okay. Good feeling to have because we've been above and beyond. That's the great thing about this. Now we can actually have a good feel of it. Right, moving. And go. Sitting tall. Around the front. Good. So hopefully you worked out what numbers you covered on the first sets. I'm hitting mine. I'll keep a good focus on that. I think we're going to get puffed earlier on this one. So good focus. Here we go. One more at 32. Go. Hang. Push. Good. we're going up 2 points in rate. Moving. Now. Tap. Hang. Good. So ready to move again. Building. Now. Length. Hand. Push. Swing. Good. Keep that rhythm. So starting to firm a little bit. Moving into it. Now. Tap. Acceleration. Rebound. Good. So that's halfway. Now we're into race pace and above. So focus race pace. This is what 500 feels like. Get into the rhythm, tap it along. Here we go. Feel the pack up. Hang. Swing. Good. Nice and smooth. Good breathing. Here we go. Start to build. Go. Length. Hang. Swing. Good. So starting to feel the pinch. It's good. Breathe it. Better than the machine. Here we go. Firm. Go. Good. Rhythm. Good. I'm getting sweaty. So here we go. Open. Just feel easy speed. Building. Tap. All right. Good. So let's keep the hands moving. Rhythm and swing. Pushing through the pain. Here we go. Suck it in. Less than 20 strokes. Hey. Slow. Push. Hang. Good. Just like that. Last piece. Hold rhythm. If you've got a bit more, go for a little bit more speed. We're not maxing it. Build. Go. Hang. Feet. Nice. Really good, guys. It's press the menu button. Save it to the memory. Wow. Bit of a sweat on there, team. So we'll roll it out. Bit of good activeness here. Active recovery. First minute we can just keep moving. So, how'd you like that? Pretty good? You know, just repeating a few sets. even though they're reasonably short, get a good build up, and then ultimately you've almost got to start from scratch again each piece, okay? So that's another trickery that you can do to your body, is by doing that. So you get that residual fatigue and you've sort of laxed off of it, and then all of a sudden you got to do it again. Okay, so little things like that, even though you're like, oh, 30 seconds, piece of cake, you do them good, you do them with a good intent, and you'll know about it. Okay, that's the whole idea. You know, we want to get to these ratings and we want to have a bit of fun, and you know, that's the cool part. Don't often get there unless we just do pieces. And we just got to mix it up. Okay, we've got to mix it up, shorter, longer, harder, more intense, power, whatever it might be, because they all teach you different things. Okay, and so today was about teaching an easy rhythm, an easy speed, so that we could hold that for a lot longer period of time. Okay, that's the idea behind that one. And I'm pretty sure we achieved that, because I started finding it was, you know, I was really having to work quite hard to get up into that zone, up onto my rhythm, trying to do it as quickly as possible, and then just being able to maintain it from there on. So it's good things to learn. So I'm not going to beat around the bush, because it's pretty late here, actually. I tend to do this quite late in the day with everything else that's going on. So I'm going to sign it off there. Leave some comments how you thought it went. Have a bit of a play with it. As I said, it's hindsight now, unless you're skipping to the finish and you're watching this now. You know, these rates are designed around, a lot of it's hard because, like, I know everybody has got a different race rate, okay? You know, even for me at the moment, 36 feels a bit tough, whereas I used to be able to comfortably do 36 for bloody all day. But the idea is that's what if we're targeting something, which, you know, hell, let's, you know, if we're going for a 2K, that's the perfect zone. That's the number that you need to hit. You're trying to hit your split for that number, and then everything works back off it. Okay, it's really the only way you can do it. You know, if we said 32 and we were holding pretty bad splits, and you're like, well, how do I know what my like tempo and my speed and my rate are for that race pace? So once we've got that dialed in, or it's give or take, it's there or thereabouts, we can do a whole lot of this. You know, anything that we do from here on, you know, if I say, okay, we're going to go to race rate, you know, we know what race pace is. You know your split or your watts, whatever that might be, and we work on it. And then if the workout you think, shit, that was actually quite easy, then, you know, next time I'm going to go a bit harder. You know, I think I can hold a faster split, a better, you know, maybe even a bit more rate, whatever that might be. So, you know, those are the things we'll look towards. And that's why you're doing this with me. And hopefully I'm instilling a little bit of info and motivation into you guys. So awesome work. I hope you've enjoyed that. And I'm off. Shout on. Peace out. Cheers, team.